Hello everybody, this is Emortic here, and welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Last time, we went through all of Team Galactic's base and found out that they were using the 3 lake Pokemon to create something called the Red Chain. This time, we're in Hearthome, and we're headed over to Mt.Cornet. But before we go there, if you guys didn't see, at the beginning of the video, we caught a Pokemon. And this Pokemon is Bronzor, and is going to be our last and final team member. Right before I started recording, I was like, we need a final Pokemon. We have a Mamoswine, we have a Honchkrow, we have a Luxray, we have a Golduck, and we have an Infernape. I was like, what type are we missing? What types do we need? What types would help us out? And I was like, well, we don't have a Psychic type, like, at all. And we don't really have a Steel type either. I was like, well, I could go with a Bug type. But I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to get a Bronzor. You know why? Because I like Bronzor. I think Bronzor is a cool Pokemon and very underrated. And I just like the way he looks. Unfortunately, he has a very bad nature, which I did not look at until right now. So that's going to be fun. I was actually thinking about training him up before I continued the rest of the video. But I was like, he'll gain experience as we go through Mt.Cornet. Because this is going to be a little bit of a long journey. So this part might be a bit longer than others, depending on how I end up breaking this up. Anyway, enough stalling. Off to Mt.Cornet we go. So, when I was like, I could get an Abra for the Psychic type, because Abra's a cool Pokemon, but it's a lot of people use Abra, Kadabra, and Alakazam, so I was like, I don't want, actually, before we get started here, no, not that, but hold on, I have to remember how to play this game again. It's been a little bit. No, this one. No, not that one. Up! Man, come on. What button was it again? You know what? That's fine. I don't have to remember what button it is. I guess I'll just do it manually. This is what happens when you don't play a game for a decent amount of time, and you're like, how do I play this game again? Where is what I'm looking for? Hello, Super Revel. There we go. That is what I'm looking for, so we don't run into any unwanted Pokemon battles along the way. But yeah, I was thinking about getting an Abra, but I was like, I like Abra, I like Kadabra, I like Alakazam. I think they're all really cool Pokemon and they're all really good. But a lot of people use them. And I was also thinking maybe I could get a Meditite and a Medicham. I never really used one before. But we already have a fighting type on our team because of Inferno. So, the best bet I was like, I could get a Mr. Mime as well, but I don't really feel like using Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime is more of a competitive Pokemon than he's a casual playthrough for Pokemon. So, ultimately, the decision came down to, I want a Bronzor. I've used a Bronzor before, plenty of times. Actually, no, I think I've only used a Bronzor once ever before, and it was in the original Pokemon Diamond. Either that or was Platinum. It was one of Gen 4's games where I used a Bronzor at some point. Yeah, but I like Bronzor. I think Bronzor is a pretty cool Pokemon. And a little underrated. Well, Bronzor is not the best Pokemon. That's why it's underrated, because its stats and its typing and everything. It's not perfect, but, you know, I'm gonna use it, because I like a Bronzor. I think Bronzor is a cool concept for a Pokemon. So we're using him. And as always, if you guys have a suggestion for a name for Bronzor, leave it down below in the comment section below. And we still do not have a name for Mamoswine yet. So leave that in the comments below if you would like to name these Pokemon. Or if you just want to have the Pokemon be named after you, I could also do that as well. Rock Slide. I don't think I'm going to teach anyone on Rock Slide. I don't think Rock Slide is going to be all that useful. currently. I believe this is the way we're supposed to go. So let me not go that way. So we can, you know, do a bit of exploring. See what's there. See what's here. See what's not. You know, gonna try to get as many items as I possibly can. And so I don't have to come back, later on. I'm pretty sure I've missed, though, a whole bunch of items already in this game. Mammoth please. Mammoth. Thank you. I appreciate it. A bottle of iron? What? What is that? Iron ball. What's a bottle of iron? Protein. It's protein. Okay. I was like, what do you mean a bottle of iron? What is that? I've never seen that. Item in any Pokemon game before. I guess, I don't know why they just called protein. I guess protein is iron, but like, could have just called it protein? Like, I don't know why they said you got a bottle of iron. That's a bit odd. But okay. Whatever. Sure. I guess it doesn't really matter in the end. It's everything's the same thing. Also, it's been a while since I've gone down this path. So, forgive me if I get lost or if some things have to get cut out because I'm not entirely sure where I'm going. Because this path is a really long path. And I could be getting lost. Or should I say I could get lost. And we're going to be having a lot of trainer fights up and coming. The thing is, right, I want to dodge them because all my Pokemon are like level 40 and I feel like are still over-leveled and overpowered. But also, I need Bronzor to get levels, so I might be fighting a few trainers here just to level up Bronzor. So, as normal, we're going to cut them out. If anything interesting happens, you guys will see it happening. The normal Team Galactic... Why? Of course! What? I mean, thankfully Bronzor has high defense, but Jesus! Oh, I was just trying to speak, and I forgot that if you have a repel up, if you have a lower level Pokemon than the wild Pokemon, you run into Pokemon anyway. Oh, that would have been bad. It was good. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe that just happened. Of course. This is what happens when you forget an important mechanic of the game. The game punishes you for it. Thankfully, Bronzor has a high defense and is a steel type. Alright, let's put Mammoth back out in front. So we don't have that same problem that we just ran into. Speaking of problems we're running into, hello Team Galactic member. I'm gonna keep forgetting to switch in Bronzor out in front when we're fighting a Team Galactic member so he gains more experience. Well, thankfully, we're out of that cave. And thankfully, those Team Galactic members only had one Pokemon each. So the fights weren't too bad, and we did get some experience for the Bronzor. Just gotta check all of these patches, you never know. Oh, by the way, guys, new thing, I don't think I mentioned this in the last, at least in the last thing I recorded, which was Plants vs. Zombies. But I don't think I mentioned the fact that I'm using a new editing software. As much as I like Adobe, and Adobe is pretty cool, has some pretty cool things, I'm using a new... I switched over to a software, but because one, the software is free, and it's similar to Adobe. I'm still trying to figure it out. There's still some things I'm not really sure how to do in it. One reason I'm learning it is because, you know, I like to learn new editing softwares. I think it's good to be able to use multiple editing softwares. Just in case, you know? I think I like learning new editing softwares. I think it's fun. But I figured, you know what? It's free. The Wii is not. We don't talk about that. And I just wanted to try it out. It's I'm trying a new editing software. I edited the last Plants vs Zombies videos with it, and I'm also going to be editing this video with it. I'm using DaVinci Resolve, the 20, I believe that is the version it's currently called. I like it so far. I think it's pretty good. There's one thing I don't really like about it so far, from what I've seen, is the transitions seem to be a little, well, they're called different things, but I'm gonna actually fight this guy, so I'll continue my thoughts, if I remember my thoughts, after this fight. Classic Team Galactic member, unevolved Pokemon that don't do a lot. Anyway, what I was saying before I wanted to fight him is that there don't seem to be many transitions in DaVinci Resolve. I feel like there are a lot less than there are in Adobe. Then again, I am using the free version. I believe there's a paid version which might unlock more, which of course there is, because there's always a free version that paid version of things that unlock more than you currently have. But I should be fine with what I have. All I really need is like the dissolve and the fade to black transition. That's it for YouTube. That's kind of it. I also need... also, one of the things I don't really like about DaVinci Resolve is the fact that the cutting tool, I don't really like the way it looks. It kind of bothers me a little bit. But other than that, other than that, so far from what I found, the program seems to be running smoothly, and I don't seem to be having problems with it. Anyway, fight! This song is probably copyrighted. Every song in every game is copyrighted. Why can't we just play video games and have fun without worrying about copyright? It's not like we're trying to make money off your music. We're just trying to play games. And just so happens music's in video games. We can't do anything about that. What? Wait, huh? Wait. What? What move did he use? Huh? So confused. What just happened? What the heck just happened to that Stunky? He used a move, and then he just died. Like, what? Like, excuse me? Like, was there something that I missed? Did he use a move that did that? I don't, what poison move? You sacrifice your poison Pokemon for? That, I don't know, what? I have no idea. Is it like Gastros? That's not, no, I don't think so. That's not right. I have no idea. I have no idea what just happened. Dougie just decided to go up, like, use a move. It's like, sorry, man. This guy's too strong. I can't fight him. I give up. And he just died, apparently. Pokemon. This game never ceases to amaze me after all the years I've played it. I'm sure if I look back into the video, I'm gonna find out what he used, and then it's gonna make complete sense that he used that one move, that he died in. Is there a thing here? No, there's not. Is there anything near? I don't think I can get there yet, at least not the current way I'm going. Also, if you were playing Platinum, if they decided to port over Platinum, which I kind of wish they did that, because Platinum's amazing. But if in Platinum, that's where you get Dialga and Palkia. So in this game, I actually don't know what they do in the original. Or, I think I know what they do with the original. Maybe. I could be wrong. I also don't know if Garantina's in this game or not. I assume they added Garantina in here. I don't remember. I don't think Garantina's in the original. Again, I could be completely off basis here, because again, my information about this game is all from the original and super outdated. Alright, I forgot, again, that switch Bronzor, and then we won't have problems, for anything. I don't remember if this is the way I'm supposed to be going. I'm trying not to go to the way that I'm supposed to be going, just so I can collect items. And so I won't have to come back here. This seems like the way I'm supposed to be going. So let's go back, because there was another cave that we missed. And probably a few items as well. Okay, no, nothing there. There's probably an item down here somewhere. Yep, over here probably. Yep, big mushroom. I'll take it, considering I spent a bit of money to stock up before we got here. Even though we were pretty well stocked up, I just stocked up a little bit more on items before we headed out, because I figure we might have needed it. Oh, I forgot to mention, it's a little bit late now, but make sure you are stocked up. I would say that normally for items, but honestly, this trip hasn't been too bad. The original this trip was actually a lot harder and a lot longer. I felt like you had more to deal with. Alright, let's go in hither. See what we got. Right. Another Team Galactic member, apparently. Let's go. Level ups everywhere, and Bronzor is slowly catching up. Or, by slowly, I mean Bronzor's catching up pretty fast. Because the experience, the levels they give you in this game are crazy. Also, by the way, in the last, again, I keep saying in the last, like, episode or part, which, it's not what I mean, sometimes it's what I mean, but I'm trying to say in the last thing I recorded, which was Plants vs. Zombies, I mentioned, this is probably gonna be, uploaded before that. I mentioned what I'm going to do, or what I'm thinking of doing before or after we're done with the current LPs we're doing, or the current, I guess, playthroughs we're doing. More on that after this fight. Ow. Football, really? We are, like, in the late game at this point, and I'm fighting a level 34 worm. Game Freak, why did you think this was okay? This is not okay. What is this? You can't let me fight. Let me fighting worm balls. I'm fully evolved Pokemon. What are you doing? Why did you do this? Why did you make these decisions, Game Freak? I don't understand. If you're trying to make the game easier, well, you made it too easy. Game Freak. The decisions you make are very confusing to me. Very much so. Are you gonna have a Wurmple too? How much you bet this guy also has a Wurmple? Bronzor actually took a little bit of a beating there. Just because I wanted Bronzor to get some more experience. No, okay, what if I rock smash this? Will I get an item? Yes, I will. Full restore. I shall take it. Once you've played a Pokemon game, or any Pokemon game, and you've played a few Pokemon games, that didn't make sense at all. Once you've played a few Pokemon games, just completely forget what I just said. And start the sentence there. You kind of have an inkling of where they're going to hide items. for the most part. There are still a few items you end up missing because they're in weird places. But for the most part, it's pretty easy to figure out where items would be hidden in these games. Once you've played a few Pokemon games, you just get used to the fact they're like, okay, these rocks have items. This area, if an area looks like it has a hidden item in a Pokemon game, it most likely does have a hidden item in it. That's the general rule. Speaking of hidden item, I'm guessing there's one in here. No? Okay, worth a shot, right? Worth a try. I don't know if I can go through here. I don't know if going through here actually does. I don't actually remember. I'm hopelessly lost. Please don't pay attention to a lonely ground without any Pokemon. Okay, we can't really do anything in here. At least not yet. Well, I guess you just have to come in here for any of the hidden items. And if you wanted some more experience, you get it. You got it. So, okay, so that seems to all but be there. Just a few items and some grunts. Nothing too interesting. Alright, now we should be nearing the end of Mt.Cornet. I believe this is the last hurrah. If we go up here. Oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. Now that we're up here, I didn't even realize. Do I have... I have the, this might not be... Okay. This might be a little bad. Don't worry about it. For those of you who plays Pokemon games, you know what's gonna happen soon. We're gonna try. We're gonna try it, right? We're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if this works. It's probably not gonna work, but we're gonna find out. Anyway, mandatory trainer fight. Go! The boss is doing something. You're spoiling the announcement. Can you quickly leave? Bronzor. Wait, now that I look closely, does Bronzor not have a face? No, Bronzor... Technically, Bronzor does not have a mouth. What? Yeah. I always thought Bronzor had a mouth. But I don't think that's a mouth. Hold on. Hold on. We'll be able to see this easier. No. No! I meant to click summary, not swap! Why? Why? But look, if you look close, there's no mouth. It's just a circle. He doesn't have a mouth. Why did I think Bronzor had a mouth? Because he doesn't. He just has eyes. That's crazy. I always thought he had a mouth for some reason. Don't ask me why. I always thought that he doesn't actually have a mouth. I always thought that was like that ring circle around his face. I always thought that was like a smile. Like that was considered his mouth. But no, it's not. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to click that. That was an accident. That was a crit? That didn't even do a lot. Today I learned that Bronzor is just a floating metal thing with eyes and a nose. And it has no mouth. Huh. Even after all these years, I'm still learning new things about this game. About the Pokemon franchise. I should really pay more attention to Pokemon designs, huh? That's what this is telling me. This is telling me, oh, if I pay more attention to the Pokemon designs, I'll find out some cool, neat things that I didn't know beforehand. Team Galactic will take control of everything. You can try, but you can't do anything alone. I don't know about that. Oh, I also completely forgot. That last fight, I was talking about how I mentioned, And a PVZ video that I haven't uploaded yet is going. I was talking about. I mentioned about what I was going to do after the current playthroughs I'm doing. I have an idea of what I want to do. I think I just literally had the idea right before I started recording. Whether I'm going to be doing it or not, who knows? I'm not going to mention it because that would just be spoilers. And why would I spoil? Why would I ruin the surprise of you guys figuring out what next game I'm going to be playing after what I'm currently doing? That's no fun. How many Team Galactic grunts are there? I forgot there were so many leading up to there. This might take longer than I suspected. Oh man, I'm actually looking at the time here, and we are pretty far in. So, I was actually going to go for a little bit longer, because considering some of the fights I end up cutting out and stuff, so it might be a bit shorter than what's currently being recorded. But, what's up next? Where is the Spear Pillar? So thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you. Wait, what? Me forgetting my outro again. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.